product management, we meet and contact our customers on a daily basis. We discuss with them and they always give us feedback. They always give us product development ideas. And they are great professionals in their operations. Continuous improvement is natural for them and they demand the same from us. Voice of customer and customer requirements have created base for new product specifications, new product introductions. Outcome we can see Valtra's current product portfolio. It has always been like that. But today, I would like to raise a pretty interesting question. What kind of customers we will have in the future? What kind of operations they will have? What kind of customer requirements we will hear in the future? I kindly ask you now, please switch your mind setting into open position. Let's use time machine and I will show you some customer cases from the future. This will be interesting. Let's consider time frame, say 20 years from now, or maybe 40 years from now, maybe even 60 years from now, and check what will happen. Let me introduce you, Mr. Jones. Mr. Jones comes from UK. Mr. Jones is municipality contractor. And for a UK audience, I have a problem with the sound. Mr. Jones comes from UK, and his operation is municipality contracting. And for a UK audience, I have bad news. The weather conditions will be quite bad. I'm sorry about that. And therefore, main task for Mr. Jones is snow plowing. And it's all over here. A little bit background. Some years ago, oil ran out. And Valtra made breakthrough innovation to use water as a fuel. And I know that now some of you think that it's impossible, and you may think so, but remember, when some things like oil running out happens, people become very innovative. So Mr. Jones is using Valtra's multi-fuel tractor, and in multi-fuel concept, he can use water as a part of the fuel. He has product development proposal for us. While plowing the snow away from the road, why don't we collect some of the snow, melt it, and use it right on the tractor? Instead of a daily refill, he can have constant, continuous refill. I think that's a great idea. Key takeaway points from this customer case: oil will run out. First, price of the oil will increase. That's just a matter of time. And weather conditions, how much weather conditions will change, how much weather conditions, climate conditions will impact on a number of things. Next one. This one is lovely. Mrs. Nilsson from Sweden. Heja Sverige. Mrs. Nilsson is a forest land owner, and she really cares about our planet Earth. Therefore, she has leased all of her forests to act as a carbon dioxide storage. And we know that only relatively young forests
can store reasonable amount of carbon dioxide. Therefore, still continuous thinning, harvesting, and planting is required. For those operations, what kind of products she is using, that's quite natural. Of course, she is using Valtra's products. She has development idea for us. There is plenty of kinematic energy available from crane movements and maybe from tractor movements as well. We shouldn't waste any of that. It's available, it's free. I think that's a great idea. I just need to do PDR for engineering. Conclusions. Conclusion is not that technical. My conclusion is that forest segment has been always important, extremely important for Valtra, and it will be also in the future. Oh, now we travel to France. Mr. Dupont. Mr. Dupont is really, really proud of his huge, big Valtra tractor. He's always using biggest models available. But once again, a little bit of background. Infrastructure did not change as much as we expected. And therefore, in France and in some other countries, they still have strict 2.6 meter max overall width regulation. Mr. Dupont would like to have even bigger tractors with more power, more traction. The physical size is a little bit problematic. Therefore, customer has an idea. Why don't we create something that he can switch wide mode for field operation, narrow mode for on-road use? Why not? And this customer case really troubles me a little. If infrastructure does not develop, if tractor width is still limited down to 2.6 meters or so for on-road use, it will heavily impact on tractor development. For the time being, the big tractors have been bigger and bigger all the time, but there is a limit somewhere. And we need to invent something in order to overtake that challenge. Okay, let's return back to Finland, not to Jyväskylä. We are now in Lapland. Mr. Virtanen is this one. Mr. Virtanen has a big Greenland operation in Lapland. He's producing green mass for biomaterials. Those biomaterials are high stiff materials, self-cleaning, have replaced many of steel structures. But unfortunately in Lapland, plenty of mosquitoes and reindeers, but lack of employees. Harvesting season is pretty hectic and seasonal, so Mr. Virtanen has problems to find enough operators for his tractors, and therefore some years ago he already selected Valtra's one man, two tractors concept. He's happy about that, likes to use it, but now he is asking that why don't we develop something like one man and 5 tractors? Would be even better. His harvesting season would be even more effective. Yeah, I agree. But it is still human being operating with that tractor or combination of tractors with 10 fingers maximum. So what kind of user interface we could have for such a complicated combination? We can't just multiply push buttons and rocker switches. Maybe we need something like telepathy based. Interesting. But at this point of my presentation, I need to set a disclaimer. These cases are subject to change. But I am absolutely sure about one fact. without conditions, whatever happens in Valtra's product development, it will be customer-driven. After these interesting customer cases, I think the next question is pretty much technical. What kind of technical solutions we will have in the future?